things do which he can. All right, there we are. Just a moment here. Getting things together. A little bit of a late start here. Hear the voice of the bard, who present, past, and future sees, whose ears have heard the holy word that walks amongst the ancient trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in evening dew, that might control the starry pole and fall in light renewed. O earth, return, arise from out of the dewy grass. Night is worn, and the morn rises from the slumberous mass. Turn away no more, while with thou turn away. The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee to the break of day. Good to be with you, good to see you, my friends. It is time for your spiritual entertainment. I am your bard. Ceridwen is my goddess here. This is the crone Ceridwen, the witchy. What could be? I don't know. It's not the maiden. It's not the mother. It's the crone. I know she looks kind of young, but the idea is the shrewdness of the crone, right? But good to be with you. Nice to see you. Angie is here. Good to see you, Angie. I hope that you are well. And our good friend Iceland. Good to see you, Iceland. And Jeremy, you've got to get YouTube Premium again. They have so many ads on YouTube nowadays. Yeah, I know. There's lots of ads on here. That's how I make my living. I have YouTube Premium. I don't, because I listen to music and things, and I don't like the ads as well. And the Raven's Hand is here. Good to have you here. You love the witchy goth Ceridwen here. Yeah. This isn't the crone aspect, you know. She doesn't look old, but I'm celebrating the crone today. There's maiden, the mother, the crone. You know, these are the different aspects of life, different aspects of the goddess, right? Of our experience of the world. And the winter is cronish, right? The winter is cronish. You got the Kalich bringing the rot, and we're in the midst of it, right? In order to bring renewal, to bring transformation, you need that crone. You need that person that brings you to the other side where you can be renewed. At some point today, I'm going to talk about, just briefly, some William Blake. I was meditating on, the meeting place of time and eternity. I'm going to wait till there's a couple more people on. And then I'll talk about, like and subscribe. This brings more people in here. Let's see who's here. Good morning, the Vixen, the servant of Anubis is here. Good to see you. She does kind of look young for a crone, yeah. She is the chronic aspects, the gray in the hair. You can't really get it at where it was supposed to be. That part maiden, part crone, but the idea is the darkness, that dark energy, going into that depth. Let's see here. Nibbles is here. Equinox, witchy poo, witchy poo, witchy poo poo. Nice to see you. Let's see here. Had a good time yesterday. I met with my good druid friends, and we got to celebrate our rituals together. I always enjoy going to be with these people. It is a time where I get encouraged, enlightenment, peace, and the sense of community. It's just for the few hours, right? These few hours, every couple of months we get together, to celebrate the solstices, the equinoxes, the cross quarter days, so on and so forth. These traditions of, which mostly is about the ancestors, right? The Albin Athen, which was celebrated at the beginning of last week with the solstice. The idea of this is the coming of the light, the coming of the the Maban, or whatever you want to call it, the divine child, the son that comes into the world to bring light. We have these moments in our history, right, where when darkness seems to be at its highest point, light comes into the world to bring us back on track. That's how I interpret the Christian message. Is, the darkest point of history. You have this powerful figure, the Christ, right, comes in, gets people back on track. You have Krishna. You have King Arthur, right? The mythology of King Arthur. You have these people that, in our history that always come in our darkest time, and this is an important mythology to reflect upon in your own life, because you have these moments in your own life where there's that person that comes down and rescues you and puts you on track. I'm sure all of us have a tale that we could tell about that, right? Swampy Witch is here. Good to see you, Swampy Witch. Keledwin welcomes you. She is my Swampy Witch. Good to have you here. Who wants to join you in your swamp? I will. I have a swamp behind my house. I'm a swamp druid, I guess, in that respect, right? Practicing druidry out in the swamps of Florida here with the alligators and the wild boars and the bears and the deers and all kinds of creatures and things and so on and so forth. Let's see here. Is the swamp warm? Yeah, that's important. In my neck of the woods it is. I don't know about other places, right? Swamps have a very peculiar energy, a very unique energy that really appeals to me as a person of chaos. The chaotic energy in its beauty, in its form. Seeing that, witnessing it, to me, it's a very powerful place of reflection, of transformation, that it seems, that I'm in the right place at the right time when I go out there, right? Flame Drop is here, and our good friend Fim. Yeah, Unexpected Joy. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I didn't plan on being here, but there's a few days this week in the morning, so I might not be here. So I decided to come on here. You have Lake Iguanas and Duckies in your neck of the woods there, down in Miami is where you are from, right? You're a northern swamp hedge witch. Yeah, I'm a hedge druid, a swamp hedge druid down here in the south. Yeah, my swamp doesn't freeze over. My swamp is always going on, but the northern swamps not so much, right? You get that frost, you get that cold. My swamp is ongoing here. It is an ongoing reality. The Lakota has the story of the white buffalo calf woman who brought them the first sacred pipe and taught the people the meaning of the pipe and the ceremonies. Yeah, you have these wonderful stories, right, of these ladies bringing the wisdom into the world, right? Yesterday I listened to there's this Professor Ron Hunton. I think that's how you say his name. I enjoy listening to him in his scholarly presentations about paganism and druidry and Wicca. I listened to his Wicca yesterday, the history of Wicca, the Lord and the Lady in the Gardenian tradition. I thought, that's how I think of spirituality. You have this great Lord and this great Lady, and many, many aspects, many, many faces, like Keledwin here. Keledwin is, an ancestor, and at the same time, the face of this great lady, this spiritual guide, right? But you see that this is the foundation in the world. Like my wife, she is the face of the great lady to me. The closest I can get to that reality. And likewise, the Lord and the Lady, the family to me is the foundation for all things divine. Let's see here, where are we at? The soothing voices calming in the morning. I'm glad that you find pleasure in my voice, sir. Thank you very much. The way of the bard has many, many different aspects, bringing joy, bringing the soothing comfort into people's hearts. Mateo, who is this behind me? That is my goddess Ceridwen in her shrewd, witchy form. Not too cronish, but it is an aspect of the crone. Let's see here. You cannot dip your toe in cold northern swamp. I am a creature of comfort, and you stay under your blanket, Angie. Yes, the comforts where I live I am quite close to the equator. Like right now, it feels like fall all the time through winter, which is quite nice. Sometimes it gets really low, but it doesn't stay that way. The cold temperatures here. Paul and his mushrooms is here. Good to see you, our good friend Paul. Good to have you here. It's the warmest day of Yule. Don't forget to skip down the woods, sky-clad, for a merry meet with the crones, unless you're intercold training and waiting yet. Yeah. When I was with my druid buddies yesterday, somebody said something very interesting about Yule. This idea that time stands still for a moment. You can, sleep in. Some of us, you could sleep in. There's no requirements upon the celebrations. It is like time stands still, for a brief period of time, where you can find leisure and reflection and begin anew, afresh, right? The return of the Son, the divine child, the Mabbon, right? The Christ, the author, the Krishna, the return. This cycles within, our creation, right? Or nature, however you want to refer to it, right? Oh, let's see here. A wise old sage of the coastal dunes once told you, pee-pee poo-poo, pee-pee poo. It was profound and gave you much to think on. Well, wisdom comes in many forms, right? Even in, how to relieve yourself properly. Stacy Bullard. Jesus Christ is your Lord. Ceridwen is my queen. Her and Jesus are good friends here. Come to the cauldron, Stacy. Come to the cauldron of Ceridwen, right there. You see it? She is calling out to you. She's like, come to the cauldron. Come forth. DZ Ghost, Allah Akbar to you. General Allah Akbar. It's a trap. You're gearing up to dip into the Irish Sea of the New Year's Day, for then I will have lost my mind and desire for warmth. Yeah. An interesting figure that I discovered today in my ancestral traditions, of the Gaelic traditions. The idea of this mystical creature called the puka, or puke. It has various animalistic forms that it transforms to. It's a trickster being, but also a being of wisdom that some of the ancient sages would consult. Yeah, I found an image of this puka, and I'm like, it was a rabbit with wings, and it was the artist said this is the puka, and I thought that was quite interesting because as some of you know, I am a lover of rabbits, and I never heard of this being. There's so many things that in the tales of our ancestors, so much wonderful lore and wisdom and mythology, to put faces on these beings that come around and visit us sometimes, in our experience. Good to see you, Crazy Carl. Buenos dias to you. Good to have you here, Crazy Carl. Jesus was the example, not the exception. Yeah, he is many things, right, to many people, right? But one thing he is not is a control freak. I reject that presentation of him by the New Testament authors. Her cauldron looks like yours, Swampy Witch. What kind of witch are you? What type of witchery do you practice? Yeah, are you a generational witch? Are you someone who said, I'm just going to be a hedge witch, as you said, going out at your own? You don't belong to a coven, I would assume. Do you? Now, Wicca is really not witchcraft proper, but they practice witchcraft. But they are like their own religion, right? They are their own form of paganism that involves the art of witchery. You are just a swamp witch, is what you are. So it's nice to meet you. I am a swamp druid, a hedge druid. I do druidry my own way. It's good to meet with you. Let's see here. The Navajo of a story of the Spider Woman who taught the Navajo the art of weaving. Yes, I like I did a couple of shows on that. The mythology of the Navajo, the spider mother, spider grandmother. The Hopi look in the Navajo. They both have this spider lady. There's in the Navajo. They have a coming of age ceremony for young men that involves this journey of these two brothers to fight the monsters in the world. And they go to Spider Grandmother, and she gives them wisdom and how to fight these creatures. They have to go to the sun deity, and they get these powerful instruments of battle. And they go and fight this monster, and they find that their weapons are no effect against it. And so they use the very weapons of this being against it, and they are transformed. They mingle with the darkness, and they lose their form. They return home after. They're unrecognizable by their family members, but they have grown up. They have been transformed. They have learned to dance with the darkness and have found victory. It's a very powerful mythology, coming of age. I learned about it by watching a series about a Navajo police officer. I think it was called Dark Winds. And I thought this is that got me very fascinated with the spider grandmother. Let's see here. Do you believe in God? Certainly, lots of them. Let's see, where are we at here? Scrolling through some of this stuff. Just a tad bit behind here. I tried to talk to everyone in these conversations that we have here. Oh, man. Is this F in Oblivion music? You are right. The official Satan. We have all kinds of beings here that come to our channel. Satan, yes, it is. You are a person of culture to recognize that. Do you know the Stray Kids? No, I never heard of that. You're going to spark up your witchcraft ball? Oh, my. Roll it, doob gently in the end. Light it up and take a puff, then pass it to a friend. Thank you for your wonderful nursery rhyme. The First Nations, everything is sacred. Everything has life and is sacred. It's sad that we've lost that, right? People in the modern world have, lost that connection, have lost that experience, right? And that's what I want to talk a little bit about that. Before I return to your comments here. Sometimes we encounter ideas that stay with us long after we hear them. They seem simple at first, but carry the depth that asks us to look again. This happened to me recently when I reflected on William Blake's statement, the great druid William Blake, that eternity is in love with the productions of time. I did not understand this at first, so I looked deeper into what other people thought about this idea and to see where it would lead me. What I found was the belief that the eternal depends on the temporal. It is here in our world and in our moments that the eternal finds expression. At the same time, we depend on the eternal to give a shape and direction to our lives. This relationship is not one-sided. It is a meeting point where both sides find meaning. When I think about religious experience, I see often we misunderstand this relationship. Many of us grow up believing that the goal of faith is to escape this world. We imagine that the eternal is somewhere far away and that our task is leaving behind everything that makes us human. But if Blake is right, then what is eternal does not want distance from us. It wants us to be present with us. Our purpose may not be to flee the world, but to discover the eternal within it. Learning to find the eternal here rather than searching for it somewhere else becomes a central task. It changes how we see ourselves and how we understand our place in the world. This perspective leads to a different understanding of value. If the eternal seeks us, then we are not insignificant or accidental. We become, in a sense, the religion of the gods, the place where the eternal desires to dwell. This can help us see our worth more clearly. It can help us learn to love ourselves rather than trying to escape what we are. People have a problem with that, right? Many of you don't like yourselves. You want to go somewhere else. You want to get high. You want to go to all of these other places where this place here, what you are, is wonderful. The divine does not reject our humanity. It wants to meet us in it. When we allow our moments and our environment to become a meeting place, we discover that what we seek is already seeking us. As Ibn Arabi once said, this is where meaning grows. This is where purpose becomes real, right? I know many of my experiences religious, I did not want to be with myself. I wanted to meditate on something that would take me away, right? I wanted to go to another place. But this is the place of wonder. This is the place of mystery. This is the place where gods like Ceridwen want to be. Think about how wonderful you are, how important you are in that respect. Stop trying to leave. Start living. Start living in the wonder of what you are. Experience this world in all its glory. You are important. You have value. No one can take that away from you. But you have to realize it for yourself. Stop trying to go to other places. Stop trying to go here or there. Start living in the wonder of what you are. Because that's where all the gods want to be, is with you. All right. That's what I wanted to say about that. Like and subscribe. I do this every day. You can find this this information on my Substack. I just released it this morning. The notes for this discussion about having value in yourself, if you want to. And also, if you want to join our community on Discord, we have a wonderful community on Discord. We have people who are pagan, people who are atheist, people who are monotheist, and all kinds of strange people and aliens and gods and such. They're all on our Discord channel. There's a join button over there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do here. I do this for a living. So I appreciate people who can support me in that way. All right. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done to get a crush's attention? Oh, man. Well, I am whipping it out, I guess. That would get attention, right? Yeah, it is. It glows with a lethargic green haze. Interesting. I like this artwork here. This lady. You like Ceridwen here? She is wonderful, isn't she? Yeah, I have all kinds of these images of Ceridwen. that I use in my background because I am a bard, and she is, she is my guide here to assist me in what I'm doing here. Not that she's a witch, but the art is good. She's a goddess, really. Witch is an invention of Christians. All of my ancestors in Wales, they all practice magic. Witch is a word created by Christians. Now, modern witch people, they have taken it as a badge of honor, but everyone practiced witchcraft now. She is known as the White Witch, but in the mythology of her, there is no this idea of witch. Everyone practiced magic back then. Let's see. You're not a religious person? Well, good for you. You're welcome here. There's no need to be anything. I'm just an entertainer. I got nothing to prove. I got nothing to force upon you. I'm not, some of these religions are always trying to force themselves. As we will see here, obviously, there are people who will get pissed off about their religion. Jamin, good to see you. Good to have you here, our friend. Stop threatening with a good time. Oh, yes, I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. Every day I am here, and it's good to meet you. And the high priestess of the orchard is here. We got all of these people from various, walks in, of the a wonderful world that we live in. Gwendolyn is here. Aes Sedai. Fidelius is the soil, the hoof, and the apple. Good to have you here. Kona, nice to see you. Bless you as well, Paul. Bless you as well. Let's see. What are your thoughts on the Gardenian and Alexandrian tradition? Well, I'm not an expert on Wicca, but, just learning about some of the things yesterday with the great professor, Ronald Hutton, learning of his presentation. The Gardenian one, the Lord and the Lady, I think is, very important foundation. Then you have all of these others that come out of that, trying to reform, trying to do it their own way. I don't like how the influence of, I'm not a fan of Aleister Crowley at all because of his abuse of animals. I don't like the fact that some of the foundations in Wicca come out of this, not everything's perfect, right? We do what we can and try to reform. I like the idea of reformation. I like the idea of this continuation of Wicca being represented, reformed. When you have something traditional, right, it gets kind of, distorted for people. The idea that Wicca is sometimes referred to as bitchcraft, right, because of the hierarchical, and you can be fundamentalist in some of this presentation. The idea of having the right books and having the right way of doing your rituals. I think that ritual is our creativity, and that you should always be, building upon the foundation and branching out and continuing this diversity. I think that's very important. Now, look at the tradition that I belong into, Druidry, very, very diverse. The ancient Druids, we don't have much to build on. We continue where they left off. And some of the ways where this has been continued is inappropriate, like the Masonic Druidry. It's only for men, right? And it's centered around a monotheism, right? The Druidry continued to be reformed. In its present form, there's different aspects of it. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. And I think that this organization is wonderful because it allows you to, whatever spiritual traditions you have, it allows you to integrate that in. There's no hierarchy. There's only service in the depths of the, you have the great chief that is not running the show. He's just helping organizing. What's a lady now? I can't even say her name. She's an Irish lady, Amir. I don't know if that's how you say her name. But you have these three fold structure that allows for diversity. I think that's very important. Let's see here. Your name is Gundala, by the way. Nice to meet you, Gundala. Glad that you are here in our community. Oh, let me find out. I'm a little bit behind here in the comments, obviously, because I had to give my little lecture. And if you missed the lecture, you can find it on my Substacks. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Scrolling through some of this here. Let's see. You did actually meet a sage who treks along the coast of every country every year, giving out advice. That's wonderful when you meet these wonderful people, right? Let's see. You didn't need it, and it was a big. Okay, I see. Where are we at here? Averill Looking Horse is the keeper of the White Buffalo calf pipe of the Lakota Nation. They have taken death threats on, oh my, trying to steal your pipe, your sacred pipe. That's terrible, right? Do you have, oh, you're talking to Gwendolyn? You would love to use that cauldron emoji. Join our community. For the price of a cup of coffee. You can get all of these wonderful emojis and help support this great work of spiritual entertainment in the world. It's just a small, conjuration of coffee, right? You love Tony Hillman's books, Dark Woman, Coyote Waits, Dark Winds, was based on that books. That's where that series came from. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope they continue it. It's wonderful to see the culture of these people and their struggles that they've had with the white man. Keradwin is the way, the truth, and the cauldron. No one comes to the Awen but by her. Let's see here. The goal of your faith is to help make the world more beautiful, right? That is wonderful. That is wonderful. You remember back in the 80s when a lot of the pipe carriers were attacked. Really? Wow, that's terrible. Your wife's boyfriend wishes you a Happy New Year. Yeah, we are going to celebrate big time, right? Thank you. Appreciate you, Diego. And my wife's boyfriend appreciates you as well. Let's see here. You want to go to Tatooine? Well, get the right starship and you can go anywhere, right? Let's see here. Mugwort is good for that. So the drop of water, forget that it is the ocean. Yeah, we are all, when you are drops of water, all of the ocean is in the drop, and the drop is in all of the ocean, right? Everything of what divinity is, right, is in you. You're not separated from the divine. You are a wonder. You are a mystery. The eternal living in the temple. It's a great mystery. All these religions are trying to figure it out, right? People, you are talking about Abraham Lincoln. Oh, look at you. Abraham Lincoln is here. We have dead presidents here. Look at that. We got all kinds of people here from all over the cosmos. You thought you have put a curse on Abraham Lincoln? Oh, my. Kunta Kinte has entered the chat. What do you mean by that? I hope you're not being a racist. The Roots... when I was in the 80s, we had to watch The Roots. It had the guy from the Reading Rainbow and Star Trek on there, Geordie LaForge. He played Kunta Kinte. It was required for education back when I was in. It was a wonderful series to talk about the struggles that we've had in the United States. So I hope you're not being a racist by doing that. It's not funny. I hope you are just appreciating the show. Geordie LaForge, he is a wonderful actor, right? Reading Rainbow. I don't know, like, you got all this super technology. Why can't they just make eyes for him, right? In Star Trek. Some of this stuff is kind of like a contradiction. You got this hyper technological advanced society, Yeah, and they can't make eyes. Why don't you put he's got this visor on, right? And they have these food replicators. Why can't you stick his head in a replicator and make him some eyes or something, you know? But in the later Star Treks, he gets the eyes eventually, right? Let's see here. Blessed be our great goddess Keridwen. Yeah. You learned yesterday that boundaries start with yourself. You are a giver, but often to my detriment. So I built a boundary and it worked. That's because you're trying to find meaning in your giving, right? That is the mistake. When you give without a requirement, when you enter that state of just here, I don't want it. People who give too much, they're trying to find meaning in it. They're trying to find themselves in that, and that is a common, experience. These people that are, as working in churches and stuff that I did, as a Christian for 30 years, and I'm no longer a Christian, obviously. I know what you're doing. I wasn't giving to give. I was giving to find myself in my giving. And when you do that, there is no boundary because you keep doing it because you feel you have to, right? But when you enter a state of, I'm just going to do this, there are natural boundaries that you find. But when you're trying to find yourself in what you're doing, then this is often a mistake with a lot of religious people. They do charity, right? Because they think that they're going to feel good about doing it. They're not doing it for the people. See here. You cursed Abraham back in the day. He trespassed in your swamp. Oh, my. Which derived from the Old English wizen word, meaning a wise person. Ooh, interesting. Let's see where I'm at. Rapture is at any moment. Yeah, we're waiting for you, Christians, to get out of here. We are rooting for you. What part of Wales do your ancestors hail from, Father Deacon? I find yours and find mine mid Wales, 2 minutes from the sea. Let me look real quick. Let me see if I can find. I have a chart. Ancestry.com gives you the. It's wonderful. It gives you your Celtic the Celtic DNA matches and where it goes directly. Let me see if I can find it here in my. I have my computer here. Let me see if I can bring up my. Let's see here. Somewhere in here, I have a wonderful chart that shows where all of my ancestors come from. If I can find it, it might be too buried in my stack. Oh, here it is. Okay, so my northern Wales and let's see here. It doesn't give a specific, unfortunately. Now in Ireland, I got ancestors from Munster and Dungal, but it doesn't give the exact place in Wales. Maybe it does, but the chart I have here is not very accurate in giving that. Just a pinch of Welsh, Not, I'm mostly Gaelic, Celtic, just a brief part of Britannic, just a little pinch here. But Ceridwen for me is my Britannic Welsh Celtic goddess. Let's see here. How many Hail Marys? How many Our Fathers? Whatever, how many you want to, I don't care. Let's see. No, he must have been revived by the Electric Warlock. You ever see that movie, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Slayer? Let's see here. Good to see you, GHIBC. You form the light and you create the darkness. I make peace and I create war. The Lord does all these things. Yeah, he makes evil. What a great God, right? As Natalie says, we are already being raptured in the beginning of one's enlightenment. Yeah. And in the Christian tradition, there's a wonderful Saint Simeon, the new theologian. When I was a Christian, I was an Eastern Christian. I'm no longer a Christian, but he said that you don't have to wait for the second coming. When you learn to see the uncreated energies of God in creation, that's when you are raptured. It doesn't have to wait to the end. It can happen now. I like that. I like that understanding. Let's see here. Thelma has been a great piece of occult history regarding Crowley's life choices. You're right. Yeah, you're very right. And we have a Thelmite that comes to our channel and agrees with that. He says he doesn't like the Crowley part, right? He gave you some hard drugs. Damn. Abraham Lincoln. He took shortcuts a lot, like with the Abrillian operation to summon the holy guardian angel. He also left portals open. Yes, he was reckless, right? He was not in it for humanity. He was in it for his own power. And look where it got him at the end of his life. He was broke, depraved, living in horrible conditions and health, right? When you make bargains with other beings, they're not in it for you. They're in it for themselves, right? Caledon doesn't make bargains with me. She enjoys being with me. There's no bargain here. There's no, I want to work with the deity. I will do sacrifices for it, and it will do things for me. I think that is bullshit. The gods want to be with you. If they're not willing to work with you, then screw them. Yeah, good to see you, EP. Good to have you here. Let's see. There's no women in heaven? Maybe for lunatics. Yeah. Crazy ass religions. Yeah. You agree with your thoughts on the traditions. I've offed from the Gardenian path, so I didn't rest easy with me. I'm eclectic, and you like to pick and mix. Yeah, I think that's important, right? That you have the foundation and you build upon it, right? And then you give what you have to the next generation. And you keep going deeper and deeper, right? Traditions can be like a box. Like, look at Christianity, right? It's like the worst kind of tradition. Because in any type of deviation, you are considered destroyed now by the deity, right? That's what dogma does. And I've learned in exploring other religious traditions, I could see that fundamentalism is not unique to Christianity. It is unique to paganism as well, in its various forms. Let's see here. Oh my, you got the 666 out here. Swamp Lizard. Swamp Wizard is here. We have a Swamp Wizard, we have a Swamp Witch, and we have a Swamp Druid here today, all together. Look at that. All this swampiness. You think that is by coincidence, right? You see what Caledon does here. We talk about these things, right? We have these very peculiar events where we have discussions or people, and these synchronicities happen, which are very humorous, right? Synchronicities don't have to be deep and meaningful. They can be fun as well. And we have those here all the time on this channel, right? We have these unique things that come about, right? Good to see our good friend Sam is here, our good friend. You curse Aleister Crowley from the grave, the Swamp Witch. You are not a fan either, right? Now, granted, right, people change. Now, what is known about Aleister is not good. When I first learned about the abuse of animals, some things might be propaganda as well, right? We have to consider that as well. That you have to give people a fair shot, right? But a lot of the things aren't good. Let's see here. Our good metaphysical atheist Michelle is here. You're blocked from most Christian live streams, yeah, because you challenge their bullshit, right? Let's see here. Wow, I'm way behind. Where am I at here? Let's see here. Oh, man. Far, far behind. Let me scroll through some of this stuff here. Oh, to try to catch up to you. Yeah, we got swamp wizards, druids, witches, and wizards. Yeah, the show is packed, right? With all of this swampiness right here, right? You are a dark Aurelist, Aureolist, Nathan. Aureol is the goddess from the Forgotten Realms, right? She is the goddess of the cold, right? Aureol. Yeah, we just had her in our my campaign on Fridays. We talked about her, Aureol, right? This great goddess of the frost in the Forgotten Realms. Yeah, every Friday night we play Dungeons and Dragons on here. We live stream the game. If you like watching that, you'll enjoy the show, right? Yeah, no women, no heaven, right? I don't want to go there. I reject the Christian trinity of penises. I need a vagina in my religion, or it's no fun for me. After seeing your interview with the druid friend, you heard him say it's when I said for years I'm calling yourself a truth seeker, not a Jesus-loving, but you're a Jesus-loving druid. Yeah. I have also a playlist of interviews that I do from time to time. I do interviews. Yeah, there's a playlist, and one of them's a druid, right? Let's see here. Yeah, where's our Icelandic witch? She was on in the beginning, wasn't she? Anthropologist John Bedo classified we Irish Catholics in the Negroid category of people. Oh yeah, there's a lot of racist against the Irish people as well, right? During the early periods of the formation of the United States, it was sad. Yeah, you're right. Good to see you, Zome Killer. Good to see you. Are you a Christian? No, I am not. I am not a Christian. Why are you dressed up like a Christian priest? For fun. For fun. To divinate is the divine meaning to speak into being. And let there be light. Yeah, we all have that power in us, right? We all have that power. Am I a Christian? No, I'm not. I'm not a Christian. Why do I dress up like a Christian priest? For fun. I'm an entertainer. Let's see here. Good to see you, Eric the Gapo. Good to have you here. Can't talk, just go somewhere. Mind your own miseries, then spread on people. You are all the empty ones. Things give you meaning in this. What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you're talking about. What is this live about? Spiritual entertainment. It's quite simple. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm of the southern swamp here. Florida is where I have my grove out in my swamp behind my house. It's a wonderful place. Right now, my grove is pretty destroyed because of all the animals. They come in and eat the acorns and they tear it up. The ground is all tore up from the boars. The boars go in, they eat the acorns, and so do the deer. They come in and eat all the acorns. The squirrels get some just in time, but all of the ground is all tore up. It's not in the summer times. The swamp is most pleasant. I mean, it's hot as hell and humid as hell, but the butterflies, the energy is very powerful in the summer. Not so much in the winter. I like going there during the twilight. That is where I find real peace and the environment in the swamp in the twilight time. Let's see here. I'm a demon. Oh, Philip, prove it. Prove that I am a demon, sir. Use your powers on me. He is dressed up like a Christian priest, said talking anything but the Christian things. Yeah, who gives a shit, right? You don't have to be here. Our good Norse pagan friend, Ulf, is here. Good to see you, Norse. You don't understand how Christians can go confidently say their God is just there's just as many gods, but they got it right. How they can't comprehend that they could be wrong. Yeah. Yeah. How do you know that you don't have it wrong? Right? About the world. I was wrong. I was one of these people, Ulf, for 30 years. And the way that I saw the world, everyone's going to hell except me, right? Yeah, do I look like the bunny here? Does the bunny look like a demon? Yeah. Are you a grill? What does that mean? A grill. So true. I'm trying to make up for your shoddy past, right? I took the wrong route with the residual Catholic guilt. Yeah, I know what you're going through, Angie. The idea of having to please, right? You must be doing something or you're not pleasing, right? I still struggle with that. The other day I was meditating. I'm like, what the hell do you want from me? I don't know. I feel like I have to do it, or I'm not, accomplishing what the deity wants, right? And the answer was the idea that I must worship, that I must do these things, or else, dealing with that, feeling like I must be doing something, or I'm not going to be. And the answer that I received in meditation is that how I love the divinity is by doing nothing at all, trusting that I'm loved, rather than having to do all of this stuff to please it, to appease it, to make it happy. How I please it is by not doing anything at all, by being loved. That is the act of worship that is required of me, by trusting that I'm loved, even when I don't have to do anything. That takes more faith than anything, right? Because you feel like you must do. But when you do not, when you trust, nobody that is a Christian could understand that. They're like, we have to do this. We must worship. But you are truly worshiping when you're not. When you know that you're loved, when you're not doing anything at all. So my act of doing now is doing nothing, trusting. And when the time comes, when someone needs, my love, they will come to me. You don't have to go out and find it. You don't have to go out to do it. It will come to you. This is, that is the path, right? And there are people that, out of the goodness of their heart, like Gwendolyn here, they help people from their orchard and farm. They help the local community. That is just things that you do out of the goodness of your heart. You don't have to do them, right? These opportunities, they're all around us, right? And they make their way into our lives. But you're not alone, Angie. I struggle with that, right? Struggling with that fear. Thankfully, not everyone gets to experience this. I know. One of the things that helped me to leave this mentality of, I heard the All-Father's voice, and it doesn't matter what I do, I'm loved. And that was the message. No matter what I do, I'm loved. I can't lose that love. I can't earn it. I can't. It never leaves me. That's how the All-Father loves humanity. You are never not loved. No matter what bullshit you have done, you are still loved. That the Bible, God does not teach that, right? He loves you only when you're doing shit, right? And that's where we get our Catholic guilt. That's where we get our Catholic shame. And we're never doing enough, right? And somebody gets punished for it, the Savior, right? Because we are not doing it enough. It's all bullshit. It really is. Let's see here. I'm a big demon. Prove it. This ain't a father for you all. He thinks he's a priest and listening for hours. He just entertains anything in nonsense. Read his bio. Yeah, no shit, dickhead. I mean, really. You don't have to be here. It's all in my bio. I'm an entertainer. I make that quite well known. You don't have to be here and bitch about your religion. And nobody gives a shit here. You're not saving you. Hey, everybody, I'm come to warn you about Father Deacon, the pagan Christian. You must be, he looks like a Christian, but he really is not. I want to warn you that he is just an entertainer. No shit. Oh, my goodness. You're a propane grill. Oh, my. Good to see you. Our good Muslim friend Ali is here. Good to have you here. Lover of the great tradition of the Sufism. Good to have you here, Ali. A good friend from Stockholm, Sweden. They make the argument for pagan gods being their god, but in the same sentence they admit their god is multiple. Yeah. The biblical narrative is that there are many, right? You can't escape that. Pagan is derived from the Latin paganus. Yeah, it was an insult, right? Yeah. Thank you for supporting the stream with your bitching. Let's see here. Man, my allergies. Oh, my. Let's see here. We get all these wonderful people here. Thank you. I appreciate everyone that comes here. We have all these people come here all the time to enjoy these conversations. I appreciate you all for allowing me to do what I do here. Let's see. Father, you should talk to some old friends you left behind in the mega church. Yeah, these people in these mega churches, they don't give a shit. Let's see here. Either way, you're an Irish. I'm an Irish powers residing in mid Wales and a Cancerian water weave. Look at that. We have all of that in common. I am a Cancer. I have Welsh ancestry and much Irish ancestry and Scottish ancestry as well. Now, all over the United Kingdom there. I'm a big mutt of all of those places within me. But look at that, Angie. Look at that. We are both Cancers. Isn't that neat? Let's see here. You have to go. The cauldron is up. Take care, our good friend, the Swamp Witch. Glad that you're able here. Like and subscribe. I do this every day. Doing this helps bring more people into the conversation. I do this for a living. I enjoy doing it. Doing it for a living. When I started getting paid for it, I'm like, well, I'll just come on more. I'll do more work. So people that can contribute in that way, I appreciate you. Let's see here. You can't have the light without the darkness. That's right. Crowley is an asshole, certainly. Let's see. Your family and ancestors are also from Wales. Let's see. Scrolling through here. There was a great post about eternity in the temporal. You enjoyed that. Yeah. Jambo, you might have missed it. I talked about it at the beginning of the shows. So you saw it on my Substack. If you're interested in my Substack, it is in my About Me. All it is notes for these topical, just a few paragraphs of, sometimes I do topics on here. Instead of just open forum, I start out with the topic, about eternity and the temporal. It was today's. Let's see here. Women are sacred, certainly. Oh, scrolling through some of this shit here. I'm a little bit behind. A metaphysical atheist is a non-believer in God or supernatural beings who bases their atheism on philosophical reasoning about reality, right? ED support on Tuesdays. Yeah, we do our for our community, right? Are you German? No, I am not a German. I am not a German here. Often assisting the divine creator or ultimate spirituality cannot logically or empirically exist. I disagree with that. I think it's logically to assume that there are bigger things in the universe besides us. I think that is a logical conclusion, right? when you become a narrow-minded atheist, atheism, you should not believe what you cannot see, right? I am an atheist in many respects. What I don't experience, I don't believe in. I'm open to the ideas of many things. When you go disproving everything, you're not going to see things, right? Because you have a mentality that does not allow you to see. When you're not looking for something, you don't see it. When you have the door open, when you allow something, the phenomenology, right? When you allow what is to be what it is of its own self, to allow it to speak to you, it will reveal itself. I really believe that. Like Caledon here, I would not have her in my life if she did not make herself known to me as the face of the mother. I wouldn't have her around. I put her in the back to piss Christians off at first, but she made herself known to me. So now I have devotion to her, right? Let's see here. The woman in the background, that is Caledon. What thy symbol mean? This symbol here, it is a triskelion. It is one of the oldest Celtic symbols in the world. I think it's like 5,000 years old, if I'm not mistaken. It has many different meanings. Earth, sky, sea, life, death, rebirth, mother, father, child. I mean, it is diversity in its context. For me, it is I wear it to honor my ancestors, but it is a revelation of what I think divinity is, which is a family, father, mother, child. We have an all-father, we have a great lady, and then all of us, the gods. Celadwin is beautiful. Yes, she is. The art of Celadwin around the world is wonderful. No one comes to the Awen but by her. Joe Mack, you are a Christian, but I'm not here to condemn you or anybody. I do, however, ask the Lord Jesus Christ to bless you guys and reveal himself to you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Jesus at all. Just the way he is presented by certain people. Oh, let's see here. Hello from Sweden. Good to see you. Frederick, good to see you. We have Ali is from Sweden. Frederick is from Sweden. How can the carnal mind comprehend its own carnally? I reject the premise. The mind is not carnal. The mind is wonderful. I don't, your biblical bullshit doesn't work here. It looks like Erica Kirk. Yeah. I don't know about that. Oh, man. I don't get into politics either, but she's really milking it, isn't she? You had to stop building a water feature where you heard you say the deer eat the acorns. Yes. They go and they dig them up and eat them. They have some nutritional value. Yeah, I watched in my grove, the deer, they come in there. Now, I've never seen them watched up close, but I did research, and it says that these beings, when the acorns fall, they come in and forage them, they dig them up and eat them. The deer, the boar, mostly the boar. The boar tore the shit out of my grove. I have a stone circle, and they just kick the rocks around and they dig through it. During the spring season, it starts raining and it flattens out again. The grasses grow back and everything. It's like an aeration, really, what the boars do to the swamp. But it really is at its peak in the summer. But it's terrible going there because it's like 110 degrees, and I'm sweating to death when I go there with my backpack. And I have a concealed weapon that I have to bring with me because of the violence of the creatures that are there, in case I get attacked by a bear or something. So I have to wear a sweater. So I'm dying. It takes 25 minutes to walk, about 20, maybe 20 minutes to walk to my grove. I take my truck drive my truck 10 minutes and to I park it, and then I walk the rest of the way. And it's terrible, but it's wonderful. The energies there are so wonderful, especially during the twilight. The birds get real active. Cheep, 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 cheeps. All of the cheep cheeps and the hawks and the crows. I mean, it's really beautiful during the twilight. Watching the hawks swoop down, it's really beautiful. Yeah, let's not bring up the Kirks. We don't care here. Let them rest in peace. The Charles, right? Why would I need mercy from the Lord? Yeah, infinite mercy and infinitely torments you at the same time, right? Our flesh is God. That's right. Do I support the Israelis? I support every human being in the world and the good things they want to do. I don't support politicians at all, right? When I hear people talk about politics, I mean, I just cringe. It doesn't matter what side you're on, right? When I hear my friends, it's like they're enthralled, that they have to talk about it. They have to, start a fight. It's like they have to throw out their ideas. It's like they're fishing, right? These people in their politics, they'll throw out their ideas, like to see where you're at, and if you don't like what they say, you start a fight, right? I don't play that game with people. I've seen both sides of it. This idea of, the conservative or the progressive, they're just the same to me. I tend to be socialist in my values, but I don't play the political games with people. I try to reach all people. I try to be kind to all people, but I see the cues. I see when they start bitching about the president or whatever. I see what they're doing, and I don't think they understand that they're in a narrative where they're enslaved. Both of these sides, they are just the same to me, and it's really controlling, and it makes you hate people. Why can't we have differences and try to work together to find the best solutions? Why do we need to bitch? Why do we need to fight? Think about Thanksgiving. That was not too long ago, right? All these people at the Thanksgiving table or the Christmas table fighting over their politics. It's terrible. Look what's making you hate other people. Why are you getting so pissed off? Why can't you say, I don't like your idea. I disagree with your idea, but I like you. Why can't you do that? Why do you need to destroy the other person, right? Why is that necessary to do? So this comment here, do you support the Israelis, is an example, right? They are fishing. They want to know if you're for or against, so they can cause a argument within the chat. I see this all the time. Are you for this? Are you for that? Right? I am for humanity. I don't care what you're doing, as long as you're doing what's good for you, what you are trying to find important. And I'm not always right on the things that I'm doing in my life. And I know that, I might disagree with your points of view, but you're an important person to me. Let's see. Yeah, no one knows everything, right? You're technically by the Everglades over there in Miami. Loser alert. Yeah, you just showed up here. 300 Ping King, as you call yourself. Thank you for making us known of your presence. We have a loser here in the chat. He says, loser alert. He is making himself known to all of us. Thank you for giving us the warning, sir. Thank you, Andy, for your blessing. Is your bunny a Rog-style rabbit from The Hobbit? My rabbits are Rex bunnies, is their proper designations. And they're also, inbred southern rabbits, pretty much. Let's see here. Speaking of, like the stream, or else. Yes. Jesus loves you all and is waiting for you. Kedenwan's waiting for you too, with her wonderful cauldron here. Don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will have its own. Yeah, that's not a new saying, by the way. Jesus was not original. Many people have said that in philosophy, and it's very important, right? Worrying doesn't change anything at all. Worrying is your attempt to control what you cannot control. It really makes you miserable, right? It certainly does. Let's see here. You find peace in the idea of the Bible as just a recreation of an older story. Yeah. Trust in nothing but perfect love and perfect trust. Yeah. You preach everywhere, good for you. Let's see here. Not interested in your Bible verses. Nope, not interested. For when the time of violence, time of cleansing comes, the earth will be wiped to sin. Yeah, wonderful, violent God is going to wipe out the things he has made because he is throwing a temper tantrum. Good display there. The Christ consciousness is with everyone. Yeah, right? Oh, let's see here. Thank you, Gwendolyn. We love you too. We are just trying to have a chill time, guys. Let's throw away our hate and try to love one another. Certainly. Yeah, we're not interested in your preaching. I'm not interested in converting to your religion. So you don't have to do that bullshit here. Am I a Catholic? No, I am not. I left the Catholic Church. I am an apostate. Where are we at here? Andy, it's time for Mass. Oh, let's see here. Just trying to scroll through some. If I didn't greet you, I apologize. There's thousands and thousands of comments on here. Just be entertained by me. Yes, we don't want your preaching here. It's Odin for you. Yep. Why do we divide on different topics? This is what happens in churches. I'm not a Christian. I don't do church here. I'm an entertainer. Oh, let's see. You're Aquarius. You're an Aquarius. Tramp Bowmaster. Let's see here. Are you a Catholic priest? No, I am not. I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment only. Oh man, lots of comments here. I'm so behind. I am so far behind in my entertainment here. Your mind is open, it's not so that your brain falls out. All right, Richard Dawkins. Okay. Hello from New Brunswick, Canada. Oh my, good to have you here. And our Reiki master is here, Natalie. All kinds of Reiki powers coming out of her fingers. Good to have you here. Can we do a rebuking? Well, if someone rebukes me. Let's see. You are earth from 5 elements. The 5 elements concludes the spirit, the earth, the fire, the water, and the ether, right? The air. 5 elements. What is a black tree and a green tree? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Good morning from Athens, Greece. Good to see you, Stratos. The Stratos was a wonderful He-Man character, if you remember Stratos. Remember the Stratos? Oaks and are masting trees. Masting is a strategy where all the trees, the species in small area, drop seeds, acorns at every 3 to 5 years to overwhelm the deer and the boar. Let's see here. What are you doing? And who is that on your? That is my goddess Keridwen, and we are doing together spiritual entertainment. Let's see here. you're not enslaved. I see that it is all fake. Good to see you. Augmented Night. Good to have you here, my friend. The Mormons told the truth. Sure they did. The Mormons won't stop coming back. Our good friend, I think he shared in our Discord community chat, he trolled this one gentleman with calling up the Mormons and telling them to come. Well, he sent me the video. I think he should share it with the community. The Mormons kept coming to this guy's house. He kept calling the Mormons up. He said they were knocking on the windows and everything. I mean, it was really funny. George Harrison song, "Give me love, give me peace on earth, give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth." It's a wonderful song. Let's see. You're so angry about God. No, you are. You're the one bitching here about your God. I'm not angry at all. I just don't like bitchy gods like yours. There's no anger in that. That's just an observation that your God is terrible. Let's see here. Blessings in abundance. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my, where am I at here? Scrolling through. All eyes on the Bengali Hindus. Good to see you. User of India. Good to have you here. Good friends, our good Hindu friends over there. Let's see. Where am I at here? Where am I at? You always lead with asking questions about your planet. I remember when you were 11. Such fun we had. What does that mean? Well, I don't remember you when I was 11. What does that mean? Are you being a pervert? Is that what you're doing? Shalom, village internet user. Good to see you. You have this Mormon friend that I can't give my address to because he will send missionaries to your house. Oh, man, my. Reminds me of that movie, The Heretic, right? Did you see The Heretic with the Mormon missionaries getting trapped in this house with this psycho? That was really a very frightening movie, The Heretic. It makes you really think about religion in various ways. He was exposing that they were make-believing. There's like a positive and a negative about faith, because in the end, the good wins, right? The faithful win. Keys, nice to see you. You are into Satan. You are a devotee of the Satan, right? You have a Navajo friend who was stolen from her family as a baby and given to a Mormon family. Yeah, that happened a lot, especially in Canada. It was terrible. Not with the Mormons, but the Catholic Church. What it did, displacing indigenous people, in forcing them into religion, or else, mass grave sites were discovered up there. These people pillaging and raping these indigenous people in Canada. It was terrible. They have a national holiday. Our Canadian friends know this. It's not a holiday, but a remembrance day of the evils of the Catholic Church in Canada. Christians have done so much evil in this world, more than any other religion, and more than the Muslims, and more than the atheistic communists in the world. The Christians have done the most damage with the evil presentation of their religion. Not Christians in general. There's a lot of good Christian people in the world. I don't have any problem with Jesus. It's just what the church has done is terrible, right? It's all there. The history is all there. There's Iceland. There's our Icelandic witch. Good to see you, Iceland. You just had risen from your necrophiliac state of unconsciousness. to return to be with us. Good to have you here. We had a bunch of witches on earlier. You missed it, from swamps and things. Let's see. Where are we at here? Eric, yeah. Oh, you're talking to Keys. The whole world's a reverse Led Zeppelin recording now? You think so? Kiki is here, our professional educator on homosexuality is here. The official, if you have questions about being gay, our good friend Kiki will educate you. Good to see you again, Kiki. Let's see here. Good day. Our fundamentalist Christian friend Vlad, Javlad is here to bitch about religion with you. You think the supernatural is below, above the... Yeah, I don't believe in supernatural either. I think that is bullshit. Only the natural. There should be no supernatural. There should only be the natural. Yeah, everything else is make-believe, right? Let's see. In 1939, I would be in prison. Yeah, perhaps, yeah. I would be burnt at the stake. Go back 100 years earlier, right? I would be burnt in the stake. That's the good stuff of Christianity right there. Burning people at the stake. You know, it's terrible, right? Can I do a karate kick? No, I cannot. I have terrible arthritis. I wouldn't be able to do that. Nature hands you the hammer to build your home, and you built it with your hands. A wonderful proverb there. Oh, let's see here. It really shook you up. Read everything you type. Why? Hello, do you believe in Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? No, I do not. Ceridwen is my Lord and Cauldron. Belief in God is about primal instincts. No, it doesn't have to be. Natural instincts, rather than a need to find a deity as instinctual. I think it is not a primal urge. It is a natural urge. It is a natural disposition, not a primal one, to want to see the divine. You know, we have all of the evidence by people, leaving their lives for religion, right? Leaving everything behind to go live in a cave, right? Yeah, that is not mental illness. That is a reality that's intrinsic to the nature of human beings. The religion isn't going anywhere. Atheism is helpful to see the bullshit that happens within, these religions. But the idea that it is all make-believe is really not a truth. When the Jehovah Witnesses come to debate you, your wife won't let you out anymore. They keep sending van loads to convert you. Go to Yodor naked. That worked for me. They don't come back. The Crusades. Yeah. You are a liar. Prove it, Justin. You are a liar. Yeah, every time I see that, I think of Henry Rollins from Black Flag. Remember his song, I Am a Liar, from the early 90s? He has a clergy shirt on, his face is all red. I am a liar. I know that's probably before some of your time, Henry Rollins. Let's see here. Evil Jesus and good Jesus. Yeah, there's two dichotomies there, right? Oh, let's see here. Do join the 7 Blocks gang. You will make a lot of money with us. No, I don't do robberies. You saw the Swamp Witch in the beginning of the show. Oh, so you were here in the beginning. You just took a nap. What good does belief in God do, or on a community or on a global level? It doesn't do any good. Experiencing God does wonders. I am here because I experience God. That's in bringing encouragement and inspiration to people. So that's what it does on a global level here. People find encouragement here and laughter. Let's see here. At least the Canadians have accepted and have tried to heal with the First Nation people. Meanwhile, treaties in the U.S. Spit upon. Yeah, it's sad, right? Canada has done a much better job. Deacon, were you around in the Satanic Panic? Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, if you play Stairway to Heaven backwards, it says Satan is the key. So was that? I think that was intentional. They put that in there. Old Jimmy there, right? He likes to get into all that occult shit. Oh, let's see here. Mariana, good to see you. Oh, let's see here. The genocide continues in the U.S. against First Nations. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible, right? Oh, let's see. The nature of God is supernatural. That's bullshit. You have to create it. It's like I remember, like this one Christian apologist. He's talking about the resurrection. We know that by nature there is no resurrection. Things don't come back to life. The resurrection of Jesus is supernatural. I mean, that's complete another bullshit. I don't have a problem with the idea of resurrection, but to categorize it as supernatural, there is only the natural. And what is divine is to be experienced in the natural. There is no other category. This is what you experience is divinity here. Let's see. Where am I at here? Scrolling through some of this stuff here. Oh my goodness here. You went to a rave once and you saw a guy peeing on an old lady. Said, "Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. What an asshole." Religious, non-religious are like more than different. What do you mean by that? Hemp leaf, as you call yourself. Give us more understanding. Your disbelief proves the Bible is true. Does it? Show me how. I've studied the Bible for many, many, many years. I taught it. I led people into it. I don't discount the Bible. It is mythology. Its presentation of God is what I disbelieve in. I don't think fathers torture people or create places of torture or try to control you. I'm a father. I have 8 children. If I acted like the father of the so-called Bible, right, they would hate me, right? I reject the premise that the God of the Bible is real. The mythology points you into the direction of deities, but when you say this is how the God is, that's when you get in trouble. Let's see here. Your sister all of a sudden is having symptoms of schizophrenia. Is she possessed or no? Sometimes people hear things. It doesn't mean they are possessed. My wife is a medium. She is not schizophrenic. When she was younger, they tried to diagnose her as schizophrenic. She is a medium. She hears voices of beings. That doesn't mean that you have an illness. It doesn't mean you're possessed. It means you have the power to hear. The power to hear, you are the listener. You are the one in control. But some of these voices that aren't good, they want you to think that you're not in control and that you are ill. Some people can hear things. Let's see here. Nature hands you the hammer and built your home after you built it with your hands, but not with literal tools, but with mental experience to build your home after you've gone through the process. Very nice. Too much weed can make you schizophrenic. Yeah, the abuse of drugs can certainly cause problems for you, right? Take care, Angie. Good to see you here. Duty's call. Merry meet with you and blessed chat. Thank you. Keridwen is Queen of Queens. I agree, Jay. You see now a better way to build your home by having built it with no knowledge. Yeah. Let's see where are we at here. What is the significance and function of the triskele? Must be before the Christian Trinity. Yeah, the Christian Trinity got it from my ancestors, right? The triskelion, everything in the ancient Welsh and Irish traditions, it's all in triads. Everything is threefold. This is a very ancient symbol, and going back to the triskelion, it has various symbolism that is based on the reflection of nature, right? Let's see here. The problem with the Christian Trinity, the Christians were good with using pagan things to build their religion on, right? The idea of, for instance, taking the goddess Bridget and making her a saint, turning Beltane into a Christian feast day, right? They would take our stuff, our ideas, and build upon that in their own way. Well, what they did to the Trinity was terrible. The three penises ended up their Trinity rather than Father, Mother, Child. That is a more appropriate Trinity: an eternal Father, an eternal Mother, and an eternal Child. What they have done is really a bastardization because they don't like ladies. Let's see here. Hecate is a queen of the keys. She is the opener of pathways. Yeah, I watched Ronald Hutton's. He has a wonderful research that he's done on Hecate, her origins, and how she has developed in her devotion. Yeah, I think one of the problems with some forms of paganism is they lock these deities in to one thing. The way that the mythology developed around Hecate, it's quite broad. Becoming this goddess of magic. Now she was in the being the goddess of magic in the beginning in the Greek tradition. It was a negative thing. It was like a darkness. They think of a necromancer. That type of negativity was understood as her domain, and it developed throughout history. It got different, because people didn't lock the goddess in. If you are a pagan, when you lock your gods in, there's no growth. Like Celadon, to me, she is more than the goddess of bards. She's a mother. She is not. She doesn't stop at. She is not defined by one thing that she has done. She is a being of many, many things, just as every human being is a being of many different things. When you lock your goddesses and your gods into certain things, there's no growth. And in the mythology of Hecate, it's quite broad. And it's very interesting if you take the time to, I'd recommend Ronald Hutton's lecture on Hecate. It's about 40 minutes long, and it's really well done to see the development of Hecate. Good to see you, Lenny. Let's see here. Why do you sound just like William the Cooper? I don't know who that is. I don't know who this William person is. You gain knowledge by having no knowledge and still taking action forward. When you have arrived, you don't grow, right? Ulf. Celadon is the way, the truth, and the cauldron. No one comes to the Awan but by her. Thank you for reminding us, Jay. You watched you before. What do you think about Agatha? It's a wonderful legend. Yeah, the Agatha is the mystical city within the earth, right? It's a wonderful legend, right? You are nature. You think so? That makes sense to me. Oh, the globe cult is here. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Celadon loves you. Yeah, Celadon loves you. Watch the thunder. Okay, watch out. Your sister is a hardcore badass. Wonderful. That is a beautiful gift, your wife. Yeah, she is wonderful. You like LSD? Your granddad was also diagnosed as a paranoia schizophrenic. I saw him as a visionary. He predicted people would send mail through the earth, through tubes, the internet. Yeah, yeah. There's no room for a diversity in some of our sciences, right? Trying to heal people. Pills don't make the voices go away. They just cover things up. They put you in a different state of mind. The voices will be there when you're done. It's how you want to listen. Now, if you are a madman or a mad woman, crazy as hell, and you're hearing voices, use those voices for your creativity. Don't let them run you. If you really believe that you're a schizophrenic, then use those voices to your advantage. Use them to live, to be creative. It's like you're having your own community representatives, within yourself, right? Oh, where are we at here? Let's see. So could you say that it bears one of the life's model? There's a third way out of duality. Yeah, you can. The thing with the triskelion is you can. It has no set function. It represents diversity and a trinity. And that's what it is. The mystery. There's no like arriving at what the triskelion. You meditate on it for a while. There's no like set place that you go to. It has so much infinity within it. Let's see here. I channel message. They work for me sometimes. You have to talk to people you see because so you channel people. You channel beings. They never have done you wrong. Yeah, the eternal sausage fest, the Christian Trinity, right? Is Isis, Osiris, and Horus. There's a Trinity right there, right? It's in the Old Testament as well. You have El Elyon, and then you have this spirit figure that is always in the feminine, the Holy Spirit. Do you make this up as you go along? Yeah, just like you Christians do. Yep. Let's say your children would be 18 and constantly calling you names and don't show you any love at all. You would also forsake them. No, I wouldn't. I am a father. I've had, I've had some problems. She's probably watching. She knows we've had problems, right? My oldest daughter, but she's still welcome in my life. We talk. We know that we've had problems in the past, right? Only dickheads as fathers close the door. Sometimes your children aren't always obedient. You love them still. You don't close the door. Look at all these examples of these evil people in the world that are in prison. Who goes to them? Their parents, their mother, their father. They are still there for them, right? Your mother and your father are the only people that are left for you in the world to support you, if they are good. Some people are assholes, right? But the All Father, the way he is depicted in the Bible, he forsakes you. So I reject your version of fatherhood. If I was a father like that, my children would hate me. So do you have children? Would you do that shit to your children? If you act like the God of the Bible to your children, they will hate you. Hecate is the goddess of witches, queens of ghosts, and keepers of hell. Yeah, Hecate can be anything you want it to be. She can just be a nice lady that likes you, right? She doesn't have to be all of this. She can just be wonderful, right? Good to see you, Oxtobus. Good to have you here. Necromancy is not evil. Well, in certain cultures, it certainly has been portrayed that way. There's different mythologies around necromancy. In the ancient Greek culture, that was treated as a really dark thing. That was not looked upon as a good thing, right? The magicians of ancient Greece These weren't always your friends. Um, if your daughter behaved that way, I would never forsake her. I would keep her. See, parents don't act like the God of the Bible. Uh, uh, I hope that you have children one day and that you don't treat them like the God of the Bible. Hecate is the world soul, right? The heartbeat of creation. Yeah, she is. You find that in the mythology. She is the goddess of the land, the underworld, and the skies above, right? She is said to have been the consort of Hermes, right? He was also the god that was like the world soul, right? Hermes. He could travel everywhere, and Hecate also could do that, right? They were both the same reality, right? And if you follow what's interesting is that Hecate is she is given this designation of Persephone, Artemis, and what other deity? All these three deity, the goddess of the sky slips my mind. Um, she is designated as three beings in one. There's so much mythology on her that's wonderful. Key word is myth. No, you're not understanding what myth is. The key word, most people don't know what mythology is. They think that's make believe. Proper mythology, if you ever take a course on mythology, it is a way to get people to take a journey to another place. The materials for that journey are not accurate, but the myth weaver, the person that tells you the myth, is trying to get you to take a journey to somewhere else. Let's see here. You enjoy going to powwows? You enjoy the dance circles? Where is Chitara here? I don't see Chitara here. She's helping Lionel on some quest. She is no one's consort. Hecate doesn't need no man. Yeah, there's different mythologies about it. Right? There's no mythology that is set in stone about Hecate. There's a lot of diversity about it, right? You love the Greek myths. You used to read them when you got grounded growing up. Yeah, they're wonderful, right? The Greek myths that we have. Is that a picture of Lilith? No, that is Ceridwen. She doesn't look like a crone, but it is crone Ceridwen. The shrewd elements of the goddess. You need to come up with some new things here. You always come on here and say, don't drink the Kool-Aid. We don't want your Kool-Aid. Your Kool-Aid is no fun. Let's see here. I'm trying to scroll through some of this here. Oh boy, here. You should watch interviews with people with schizophrenia suffer. It's not as to be romanticized, to use for creative. I'm not saying that all schizophrenia is the same. I'm saying that there are people that can use it for creativity. It doesn't always have to be negative. So there's certainly people that are lost their mind, right? But not all the time. I don't like a generalization of it. I'm not going to do that. My wife is not schizophrenic. She hears voices. She is a wonderful human being. It's not a horrible fate for everyone. It becomes horrible for many people who are not guided through it, when they are given over to their illness, when there's no support, right? When you have proper support, sometimes what is considered a mental illness, it can be something quite wonderful and helpful to the world. Some of our greatest people in the world were madmen, right? You used to worship Hecate due to your family's tradition, but you have branched off to druidry and found Ceridwen. Yeah, Ceridwen's wonderful, isn't she? Let's see here. Yeah, watch the interviews with politicians. They're just as bad, right? Look at the drawings of schizophrenic people. You're generalizing. Not all schizophrenic people are the same. It's not a complete loss for all people. What do your children teach you personally? Relationship is two ways. Yeah. You started as a druid and found your way to her as well, Kealadwin. In Icelandic witchcraft, necromancy is used as a way to get answers. Yeah, there's different traditions of it, right? It is a way to communicate with the beyond, right? Let's see here. God loves all his children anyway, but if they choose to separate of him, uh, he lets them. What an asshole! If my children, tried to go their own way, I would still be there for them. And if they were making bad decisions, and I had the power to stop them, I certainly would. Your God is an evil son of a bitch. Not a real father. Real fathers don't act like that. Let's see here. You woke up and found a new perspective and felt powerful. It's good to have those times when you wake up, right? The swamp witch had to go. She had to go to her cauldron earlier. She says, I have to go. My cauldron is bubbling over. More God spell, preaching empty barrel. Yep. Let's see here. Hecate is real to you. Her presence in your life is beyond myth. The mythology is interesting, and I appreciate the human understanding. However, she is more than the stories written. That's right. Yeah, gods are more than their stories, and it's keeping them there, right? I think it's not a good thing. They should be more than that. Thinking voices are a bad thing usually makes them a bad thing. When you don't think it's a bad thing, it can be a natural and sometimes comforting thing. Yeah. You are going to take a pee. Wonderful, wonderful. I wear Depends. I can stay here and do this all day, so I don't have to go away. I learned that from playing MMOs. Wear Depends. You don't have to get up from the raid. Your grandfather spent one day every summer with the Penobast Nation. He never shared with the rest of us. Why? Oh, you're talking to Finn. Let's see here. Sometimes you talk to the recently deceased people, and in some ways it helps them to cross. So, do you got any evidence for the existence of God? Myself. I don't need to prove anything like verbally. Me being here is an example of how God exists to me. Yeah. Bro, every time I go on your live here, no disrespect meant. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What's kind of... You worship Conway West? No fun. The power humans to create evil is something they don't comprehend yet. Let's see here. Silver Fett Gay. We do have an expert on homosexuality here in the chat. If you have any questions about being gay, Kiki, a professional practitioner of homosexuality, is here to educate you if you have any questions about being gay. You wouldn't force your children to spend time with you? That is a different context. Spending time and making decisions that, like if I found a crack pipe in my child's room, I would take it away. Yes, I would. If you have power, you have responsibility. And the way that you depict the fatherhood of God, it makes him an evil father. Any good professional service, social service, would take the children away if the God of the Bible was a real father, because he is a terrible. He tortures his children. He torments them. He punishes all together for the crimes of just one. And he is not a real father. Real fathers don't operate like the God of the Bible. And see, so your presentation here, you have to take it out of context to make sense, right? You reinterpret the Bible. Why not just say, look, that is bullshit? Why do you have to reinterpret it? Like, there's no way you would accept Isaiah chapter 13, would you? Where it says specifically that God raises up a nation to punish people, the best kind of warriors to rape women and bash children's heads against. You wouldn't accept that, right? That this is how your God is, right? But that's what it says. Let's see. Where are we at here? God is coming to Earth in his spaceship soon. That happened last week. The Atlas thing swooped by Earth. If you are left behind, you've missed the rapture. Do I have any in-depth knowledge of the Doctor, brother? Speaking of Cauldron, not in-depth, but I find that the mythology of the Doctor is the best in terms of what a father is. He is the good God, right? He does everything good. He is a good father. He is a good lover. He is a good person to you in terms of his cauldron. The cauldron is a symbol of plenty, of eternity, of complete sufficiency. In the cauldron of the Dagda, there's no gate around it. All are welcome to it. And the in terms of being a father, he is the perfect representator. You can come to the cauldron, right? Anyone can come to the cauldron. But what happens when you're there? He will help you to deal with your bullshit. A father loves all of his children. They're always welcome at his table. When you're at the table, the father will help you to deal with your bullshit. And that's how I understand the Doctor. He is someone who is, in his mythology, is a real father. Unlike all the mythologies, you have this. He's not perfect. He has certainly interesting powers, right? He can stop time and all of this stuff with his magical harp. He is the Doctor to me is the most appropriate father mythology. The Bible, no. The Bible's a terrible mythology in terms of what fatherhood is. Lewis is here. Our astrologer Lewis is here. Good to see you. Are you making your way back home to California from Michigan yet? Oh, where am I at here? Scrolling through some of this stuff. Oh my, what is this ninja person doing here? What about being gay? What do you want to know? We have our expert here, Kiki. Am I preaching about being gay? I don't have any problem with people being gay. I'm gay on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week, so I enjoy it. Let's see. You're lazy today, Kiki. You don't want to take on your responsibilities of educating people here. Is there any historical proof of your goddess? Just out of interest, she has just about as much proof as the God of the Bible of her history as a real ancestor that a mythology was built around. Yeah, there's just as much historical proof for the God of the Bible. Yeah. Why are you wearing the cloth? You're not a priest. You don't know what I am. I am the high priest of entertainment. That's what I am. Good morning, Father. Have the druids made a prediction for 2026? Not that I know of. I can't keep up. Druidry is so diverse in our modern world. There's no like the druids say this, the druids say that. So everyone's welcome to do their own druidry their own way, right? I would have no idea but Natalie has some nice things to say about 2026. If you are interested in our good friend Natalie here, she has some nice things to say about the upcoming year with her Reiki powers. The Reiki master here, Natalie. Go check out her nice little thing in her channel there. Let's see here. You know how they talk about Christ, but don't do what he says? Yeah, right? They don't. He's like, don't be a dick. What do? They be dicks. What in the actual F? What is it? What's your problem here? Why do I see both dream and reality to a point? We are the divine imagination. That's why. We dream in a limited way, but we are the dream of the divine. This is where the divine finds pleasure and joy in the temporal, right? And we do the same every night. When we go into our dream state, we find joy and pleasure sometimes in our dream state, right? The torture is a Catholic interpretation. No, it is not. There's plenty of Protestant churches that say you're going to, like the Baptists, for instance. I get told by these Baptists all the time. They come over, they got a college here in my town, always telling me I'm going to be tormented. Hell, 1,000 degrees hot, and not a single drop of water. Let's see. What did the Druids think about channeling spirits? Druidry is diverse. There are certainly Druids that do that. I remember reading about Ceridwen being channeled for a Druidry event through some wonderful lady. There is no dogma about what you can and cannot do in Druidry, right? It also says God takes no enjoyment in punishing humans. Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at here? Hi, Ellen. Nice to see you. You should grow dreadlocks. That would be fun. That would be fun to do. Where is Labubu? He is on our altar downstairs. We worshipped him all morning long. Now we're taking a break. The rapture is every year, pretty much. Your Jesus keeps coming back with his starship, but you people are never ready, right? Let's see here. Melon is here. What do you have to say? Let me see here. I just lost your comment here. It is not enough proof for his goddess that goodness that he got killed when innocent. You don't know anything about Jesus. You are reading secondary resources. You weren't there. You don't know why he was killed. You're assuming based on mythology why he was killed, but you are not there. There is no mythology is not history. It's not reliable as a source of history. It is meant to be a spiritual reality that takes you to a spiritual understanding. It involves your imagination. It involves the power of wonder. It is not meant as a historical dictation of fact. Orthodoxy rejects metaphorical understanding. No, it doesn't. I was an Eastern Christian. There's a lot of diversity in Eastern Christianity. You like the music today? It's peaceful. Yeah, Oblivion is the best kind of music, isn't it? I am a homosexual. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, yes. Dungeon Master, nice to see you. Kiki is, yes, Kiki is as well. There's a lot of our gay people here. You studied astrology in the 90s, calculating the ephemetes and all. Interesting. Let's see here. It's 8 a.m. where you are. It's 9 a.m. where I am. So you are in Central Standard Time. Year of the Fire Horse. Fast-moving, powerful energy this year. So there's archaeological proof for your goddess, like the Bible. Yes. Go over to Wales. Many of the people tell her stories. That is evidence. That's just as much evidence for... the idea of archaeological evidence, Christians make all that shit up. There is no archaeological evidence for the Exodus. The archaeological evidence of a crucifixion, that is so generalized. Was he crucified? There are people who said he was. The archaeological evidence, there is no cross. That is the cross of the Christ. People will say their relics are the cross. People made all that shit up. Like when Constantine's and Helena went over there, oh, this is where he was crucified. They were making that shit up. They had no archaeological evidence. You Christians make up your own shit, just as any other people do. Let's see here. Time for church, yeah. There is archaeological proof to back up things said in the Bible. Yeah, you can back up with archaeological things said in Harry Potter as well. Mythology, as what our ancestors did in their mythology, is they used historical events and they built stories around them. That's how they transmitted their history. But to say that it was all accurate is really bullshit. There's no accurate history of Caledon in that regard, just mythology. Nice to see you, Joe. The God of the Bible loves all children. Does he? Then why did he want children in the Bible to get slaughtered by his army of Hebrew people? He loves children at the same time. Well, he won't love you if he doesn't like you, your parents, right? He's not a lover of children. He's a controller of humanity. He's a manipulator. He is a narcissist. There's only one true faith, and that is Caledonism. You're right. There's archaeology for beginners. There's archaeological places where Caledon lived. I mean, what's your point here? Oh, we got up to 50. Wonderful. Shroud of Turin is from the 1300s. Yeah. There's evidence that the Shroud of Turin might have been the Christ shroud, right? But there's awful evidence that it is not. Yeah, people make up their own evidence for what they want to believe in. You graduated as a Reiki master too, but I liked let it go. You meditated on it and got a voice and said, now you are a real master. Interesting. We love our Reiki people here. Yeah. Let's see here. Take action this year. This is the year of action, the year of the fire horse. Excuse me. There's only one true way to make believe, right? That's what these people are saying about faith. I need a father deacon to tell me what's to stock is going up this year. Let's make a stock prediction here. Toilet paper. Invest in toilet paper. The Charmin Company. There's always people that need to wipe their ass. And in the coming year, there's going to be a lot of diarrhea. So invest in the Charmin Corporation with your stock. Let's see here. Caledon loves you. You are welcome for the peace and tranquility. You are much welcome, sir. The Ultra Magnus is here. Deity Pudding is here. Good to see you, Deity Pudding. Good to have you here. All of these divine people come here, right? From all over the cosmos. No such person named Jesus. It's Yeshua. Where are we at here? Easter priests do not wear this kind of robes. How do you know what an Eastern... you don't know anything about Eastern clergymen. There are some people in the Orthodox Church and Eastern churches that don't like this. They think it is too westernized. But many Orthodox clergymen wear this. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And it's not a robe. It is a clergy shirt. When you are in the church proper, you wear a cassock. That is what you wear. In going out in the world, this is used to be recognized as someone you can come to as prayer. When I wear a cassock out in public, when I was a clergyman. People thought I was a cosplaying Matrix person. They don't understand. This has been known in the Western society as a clergyman, but in the church proper, we wear Stacarians. We wear undercast Stacarian. That is the. So you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know shit about Eastern Christianity. Are you a child of God? We all are. I'm a fake-ass preacher. Well, you are a real living dickhead. What is the topic of today? Well, at the beginning, we talked about William Blake's understanding that the eternal loves the productions of time. That the idea that what we have here in our experience is where the divine wants to be. It finds meaning in us, in the temporal. The eternal finds meaning in the temporal. And you can catch it all on my Substack if you've missed it. Swampy is here. Lots of swampiness today. We had swamp witches, swamp wizards, swamp druids. Good to see you, Swampy. Let's see here. There's archaeological proof of Muhammad. You can, whatever you want it to be, right? Oh, man. Let's see. Shut up your blasphemy. Screw you, Hector. Where are we at? Imagine applying your sensibility to an infinite God. Your sensibility was made for an infinite God. There's no separation. All of your senses are meant to experience divinity. I really like the mythology of the Garden of Eden, because this garden is where the ancestors in the mythology experienced the divine, in the flowers, in the vision of the trees, in the fruit of the trees. All of your senses were meant to experience divinity. Let's see here. Where are we at here? What's your favorite animal? The rabbit. A rabbit. My wife, as a Christmas present, I'll show them to you probably another time. She got me some idols, a rabbit idol and a tortoise idol to worship, just to piss Christians off. Let's watch these people in the sky. Oh, that's fun. I believe that Kellerwan really live. You have a mythology built around an ancestor. In Celtic mythologies, these gods aren't like the god of the Christians. They're not like all powerful entities. They're ancestors, most of them. See here. You found Noah's Ark in your backyard. It was in your outhouse, floating in your toilet. Let me explain Isaiah 13. Okay, let's do this. God raised up nations to show how horrible Babylon's... see, you have to reinterpret it. That's not what it says. It says that Yahweh is raising up a nation to punish the Babylonians by raping them and murdering their children and stealing their things. That's what it says. You are reinterpreting it because you don't like it. I did that shit all the time when I was a Christian, and then I realized it's all bullshit. Why do this anymore? Let's see here. You went through a lot, Kiki? Yeah. Let's see. You are performing. Yes, I am. Blasphemy on your own self because of knowing the truth. Yeah, screw you and your truth. Your God is an evil son of a bitch, Hector. And I reject your God. I reject your God. Let's see here. What time do we have here? I'm trying to get through some of your comments. Yeah, they are quite toxic here, right? Quite toxic in their presentation of the divine. Let's see here. God is only human according to observation. Well, maybe the observation is what the observation is meant to be, right? Why does it have to be something else, right? Why do we have to go deep in the philosophical reality? Let's see here. You are personally not learning from fools. Tell them. Tell them. I'll be right back. Just give me a few minutes here. Caradwin will sit with you. All right, I am returning. I am making my way to you for your spiritual entertainment privilege. Making my way back here to be with Caradwin and all of you. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see here. Brother, you'd shit your pants. Let's see. What are you saying? I'd shit my pants if the devil or death or even a demon just popped up in front of you. Or no, I wouldn't. I'd give him the middle finger. I'm not afraid of any devil or a death or a demon. Not afraid at all. I'm not going to shit my pants. I'll give them the finger is what I will do. I do not live in fear of beings that have no power over me. I am a son of the All-Father. The All-Father never forsakes his sons or daughters. Let's see here. Where are we at here? These verses, we're not interested in your Bible verses here. How do you don't blame you? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Let's see. You're blazing one now. You're all smoking the reefers together. Phil, good to see you. Holland Phil, did you, the blue aliens in the Avatar movie, pray to a goddess called Eur? I don't know anything about it. The new one, is that out already? The fire Avatar. Now I don't know what was the big deal with the movies to begin with. I did not, just because of the special effects. I don't know why people were spending millions of dollars on it. The story didn't really have any mythology to it. It was just like an action movie where there was like watching the director watching the Alien movies, right? In the beginning, there's not much substance to it. Some people really enjoy it. It's a movie, it's fine, but it's not like it's Star Wars, right? Or Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to rewatch it over and over again. Star Wars has such a wonderful mythology that you keep going back to it, right? And many of you are Star Wars fans, or the Lord of the Rings. There's a mythology there. There's substance. The Avatar movies, I didn't really find them appealing in that way. I certainly enjoyed them, but I didn't understand, like, what's the big deal? I think it was hyped. It was like hyped, overhyped, and people got into the hype. But are you going to watch the Avatar movie several times? No, you will not. Most of you, right? You'll watch Star Wars over and over again. Let's see. When was the last time that I ate cotton candy? It's been a while. I'm not into your Bible verses. I don't give a shit here. Yes, I know I'm going to perish and I'm going to be outright here because your God's going to forsake me because I don't have the right ideas. I know all about your evil bullshit God that you serve. Oh, man. Bunch of whiny bitches on here. Oh, let's see here. You are reinterpreting it. There are several verses in the Bible where God tells you to kill and rape and pillage. That is just the big one right there. Isaiah 13 is like the worst one. You don't want to see it the way it's context, where the God of the Bible here is commanding rape to happen. He is organizing an army to rape people. You don't want to see the truth. You don't want to see the truth in Isaiah or the book of Samuel, where Samuel says, go kill the nursing children. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see all of this great evil because it's your religion. But if I showed you that in Islam, you would say, oh, Muhammad is the devil, right? You are a hypocrite. You are a wicked person in my book. People that defend evil are wicked in my book. You are a wicked and evil person. Let's see. You have to get your morning ritual of reefer going on here. The All-Father will confess my God is Lord and Savior in the end times. There's no need to be saved. This is a complete bullshit. There is no pissed off being at you. You got 400 million what? If you have $400 million this year, well, I could really use a donation. If you have $4 million, $400 million, help an entertainer out. Go to that heart button down there, and give me a donation of your millions of dollars, right? Or subscribe to the channel. Let's see here. How do you say the Bible is mythology? Because donkeys don't talk. It is not a real. All ancient people wrote this way. They about their histories or people and persons. It is not real. These things that you read. People don't walk on water. People are not born of virgins. Snakes and donkeys don't talk. It is not real. It's a long movie, 3 hours and 17 minutes. I don't think you would like the bits with the goddess that did the blue aliens in the Avatar movie. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the Avatar movie. The 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th coming, all for $20. Yes, $20 is all it takes, right? I'll convert to your religion, anything you want here. $20. Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings are boring. You don't like them, Brent? You're not a fan of the mythology? Yeah, we rewatch them every summer. We go through them, the Star Wars and the Lord of the Rings movie. They are magical to me. I don't know. I've watched Star Wars like countless times. You know, when I really like a mythology, like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, I've played those thousands of hours. You know, I played it so much where, I mean, I want to play, but I know it. I know everything, every corner of the game, and I really like these people who make these modulations to the game. That they've kept this game alive for 25 years. Let's see, if you had to pick one to live in, would you be in Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? Oh man, that's a difficult one. Probably Lord of the Rings. I mean, they're both wonderful mythologies, but I'm more of a sword and board person. Let's see here. You hate the new Star Wars? You don't, and the Rings of Power? Oh, I like them. It was quite enjoyable. I know that people were concerned with the politics they put in it, right? But the actors were wonderful. Let's see here. Yeah, the new Star Wars was just like a repetition. And there was really nothing new about the new Star Wars. It was just a repetition of the original saga. Oh, let's see here. Satan took a dump, and there it is. Yeah, I'm sorry that you're experiencing the fecal matter. Canada 515. Look at you. You're all covered in shit now. What are you going to do? Are you calling me a hypocrite? No, I'm calling you a dumbass. That's what I'm calling you. Father Deacon, I've never seen Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. Same with Jurassic. What's wrong with you? You need to get off Grindr, Steve. You're on there religiously. You need to come back to the real world here and watch some movies, right? At least take your dates, have them watch these movies together. I was sharing with people your that person that you got the Mormons to. We were talking about that earlier. That he had trolled this guy by sending Mormons to his house. It's quite funny. Did you share that in the Discord with everyone? I mean, it was just me personally. It was quite hilarious. I think it was in our Discord, wasn't it? Word to the wise: keep your pants pulled when there's mosquitoes or swamp flies. Let's see, medieval versus space. Yeah, I'm more into the medieval stuff rather than the science fiction. All right, shit. Where am I at here? Scrolling through. You like a target? You're not sorry. I'm not sorry like Atari. You're single. I don't know what that means. Star Trek is better than Star Wars and Harry Potter for you. That's where you find it, right? Yeah, I love the mythology in both of those as well. You went to the cinema alone at age 12 when Star Wars The New Hope came out. That's how old you are. That's old. Yeah, I was born when you went to the cinema. Oh, man. Was that 1976, 74? When did Star Wars The New Hope come out? Was it 75? Around there? You were in a scene in the adult movie Lord of the Sea Rings. Shit. Let's see here. Do you choose the Lord of the Rings? Which side would you pick? Sauron, the bad guy, or the king side? Oh, man. I've never had to think about that, right? Always the good guys, right? Always the good guys, right? Laura is here. What do we have to say here, Laura? Laura and Margaret. We would watch the original Star Wars movies over and over, but I'm not sure about the current Disney Star Wars movies are as good. A couple of watchings, and I'm good for a few years. I like the children's Star Wars movie with these kids. They were captured by pirates, space pirates, and everything, and had Jude Law in it. That was a wonderful family movie. I really enjoyed that one. I like the Ahsoka. Ahsoka, the series was really good. Of course, the Baby Yoda stuff. Everyone loved the Baby Yoda stuff. It is good, right? But people were concerned about some of the politics. People have always used their TV shows and movies to try to get people to see things differently. Look at Star Trek, right? It had the first real black actors and Asian actors all working together in a time where that wasn't always the norm, right? There's always been our media has been a platform to try to see the other side of the world, right? So Disney, it really goes there in a various directions. Now, you don't have to agree with it, but there's good stuff in these Star Wars movies, right? Let's see here. Repent of your sins to Jesus. No, thank you. Your Lord of the Rings, for you. Let's see here. Thanks for sharing suggested request readings for years of YouTube conversations. It's in the Discord. Okay. Let's see. Where am I at here? Trying to get through all of these comments and questions and things. All right. Harry Potter and Star Wars share the same storyline. All the mythologies, right? You have very similar things about heroes, right? Overcoming darkness within themselves and around themselves. I mean, this is an old tale, right? That's why it appeals to our senses. You like the Witcher world more? Yeah, I love the Witcher mythology. I've watched all of the Witcher movies. There's a new miniseries that came out. I think it's today, if I'm not mistaken, or next Friday. We just watched the rats, the Witcher tale about the rats. That was a lot of fun. It had Dolph, the Rocky Russian guy, Dolph. I can't pronounce his last name, but he's been in a lot of these action movies. He was one of the witches. He was like a drunk witch. Um, did I hear Grinder? You know, Grinder app overloads every time when there's a Republican convention. Yeah, it certainly does, right? Let's see here. You are the original. A good movie is Wolf with Jack Nicholson and Michelle Pfeiffer. That's an older one, isn't it? Yeah. I don't remember it. I'm calling what? Let's see here. When religion ruled the world, it was called the Dark Ages. Oh man, bad religion ruled the world, right? Yeah, it was a rerun of Star Wars. The theater was about empty. You're from '72, okay? Yeah, I saw the representations were quite well done. We went. Was it last year? I took my sons to see Episode 1. That was they to celebrate the anniversary. I love how they do that, right? Let's see. I'm leaving, but I'll make my argument clear. God can allow something without condoning it. He has the power to stop evil. He is not allowing it. He is creating the circumstances for the raping and pillaging and murder of children in Babylon. You're getting upset. That's why you're leaving, because you know it's true. God commanded the nations to rape men. God stepped back from protecting Babylon. Yeah, he started it. He's an asshole. Your God is an asshole. How does that make you feel? You should say, not my God. My God is not the God of the Bible. My God is a rational being that does not command enslaving nations and raping and pillaging. That's what a normal human being would do. But you can't do that because you're enslaved to your religion and to your evil God. You are afraid to think out of the box, because to do that, you would challenge the narrative. And to challenge that means you're going to get kicked out. You're going to be called a heretic, a blasphemer, an enemy of God, right? You're afraid to do that because you have been indoctrinated to this hellfire bullshit. The Christian church is one of the most controlling institutions in the history of humanity. There are people that leave the church and they know it's not good, and they deal still with the guilt and shame and fear. I know, I've left the church. I have to look at this question. I'm on my way to hell now, basically. To look to that comes up in conversations, right? I have to always go back to the original experience I had of divinity, where it's okay to make bad choices. I don't know for certain that I'm on the right path. I hope that I am, but I know that I'm loved, even when I make bad choices. Don't ever call me a hypocrite when you don't understand the argument. I'm calling you a dumbass, is what I'm calling you. I understand the argument. I've studied the scriptures on the highest of levels. I was a Christian for 30 years. I taught the Bible to people. I know the context of it. You do not. You are doing your make-believe. You are unwilling to admit that the context reveals that this God is not a good one. I mean, that's not the only. There's several verses throughout the Bible. I mean, you can use your chat GPT and it could tell us all the bullshit in the Bible that makes God look evil. It'll give you a whole list. Let's see. Where am I at here? The Witcher is truly the Sisyphus. You think that Greek myth of him? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Where are we at here? Where does love come from? Love is the foundation for existence. It has always been here. It always will be. Where are we at here? Did you get that from LifeLock right there? There's an application that was blocked. My LifeLock just alerted me.
No, I didn't get anything.
I have alerts on my. I have to put LifeLock on my YouTube because Christians have threatened to, go into my personal life here and do all kinds of damage. You people, some of you are quite wicked and evil. You have young orphan boys get trained by old hermits to defeat the great evil. They find that evil is related to them in some ways. Yeah, there's all kinds of these stories, right? Yeah, The Witcher's got a wonderful mythology in it, right? Will you still go live from hell? Yes, I have an asbestos outfit that I'll be using. The Turbo Christ is here. There's nothing more dangerous than any group of people think their actions are divinely aligned, right? Yeah, critical thought in religion is the biggest blasphemy. Yep, you're right. You I'm an enemy, right? Some of my parishioners went on here and said, I'm doing, they're like, this one parishioner said, you used to preach the gospel at our church, and now you're serving the devil. That's why I'm a devil now, because I don't go with the narrative. Let's see. Christian fundamentalists are the most vindictive people. You're right. Sounds like they are pretty and try to use cancerous actions to take away the truth they can't handle. That breaks the logic of their faith. Hell created for the devil and foolish messengers of Amos. Yeah, the idea of hell is really a contradiction to an all-loving God. You cannot have an all-loving God and have it hell. And what do? They create another philosophy that says, well, you have free will. And if my children have free will, if I saw them making decisions and I had the power to stop them, that would cause them to be tormented, I would do something about it. That's why, like for instance, if they were going into Walmart and running around naked every day, I would call mental health services and have the power to do that. A God who lets you choose to be tormented for all eternity is evil. He is not good. Fathers don't do that to their children. Hades is the grave. There's different hells in Christianity, right? Relatable heart. Good to see you. Damn, Father Deacon, you have to use LifeLock? Yeah. I put LifeLock on my YouTube because of these evil Christians. I used to have a PayPal account on here. I had to take it off because of the threats of these evil Christian fundamentalists on here. And you people are really sick when you don't get your way. Good. Let's see here. Hell is a goddess. Yeah, in the Norse tradition, right? Earth is hell. It's why everyone suffers until we die. Then you get eternal rest. You don't know that. You don't know what happens after you die, right? Yeah, I think that the way you live is your choice. Heaven and hell are your choices. This is a meme, Father, for sure. Well, I don't know. It goes heaven, hell, purgatory, hell, and the finally the blues. They take the fun out of fundamentalism. Yes, they do. Oh my. There's no hate like Christian love, right? Yeah, I love you. That's why God's going to destroy you and why I'm an annoy the shit out of you this morning. This is some funny shit. You think so? Well, I'm an entertainer. There has to be some laughs here. All right? Yeah, like and subscribe. I do this every day. You can also join our Discord community. There's a join button over there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you could support what I do here. I do this for a living. And I appreciate people that do this and subscribe. And if you can financially contribute, that's wonderful too. Star Trek, Trek and Star Wars comparing alien life. That's what you do. Your life is your heaven in this very moment. There you go. There you are. That's what it is. Still wearing your Halloween costume, Luis Ortiz. You're still being a dick. Yeah. Let's see. We suffer because people calling themselves religious don't follow the teachings and treat people equally. They don't love or have empathy or compassion. Right. Do you have a real job? This is my real job. Do you have a real life? I mean, why do you come on here and be a dick all the time? Let's see here. Heaven is on earth within us, and being plants, animals, and rocks. How they discover them, basically letting you know they were a type 1 civilization. That's what we're like, right? We don't get people interfering with us. Deacon, did I make you mad? How? How did you make me mad? I don't remember you making me mad. If I was upset with you, I'd have a conversation with you. You have my friend, you have a propensity to think negatively about other people, and they're responding to you. I have never had any negative toward you. If I've had a problem with you, I've told you about it. I don't think negatively about you. Sometimes you create scenarios that aren't real. I don't know if you've noticed that about yourself. You think you create this negative reality that is not real about sometimes how I present myself to you. I've never thought negatively about you. If I am angry with someone, I have a conversation with them. So recognize that about yourself. That sometimes you create a situation, you make it a negative when it's unneeded. Learn that about yourself. You'll find that very helpful, to question how you perceive. Let's see here. Where are we at here? We're faced with an alien takeover. Would you breed with them? Yes, I would. I would, for the right price. If they gave me my own planet to populate, yes, certainly. Let's see here. This is fascinating. Thank you, gratefulness. Where's your horns to finish off your Halloween costume? Where's your courtesy? Oh, I forgot you're a dickhead. I'm sorry. We are already aliens, yes. You think negatively of yourself, and you need to stop doing that. You're a wonderful person. You need to start thinking that you are wonderful. And then when you have a negative mindset, right, you see negativity when it's not there. So stop doing that to yourself. You're wonderful. You'll start thinking of yourself as a wonderful person. Let's see here. Where are we at? You are Ramatal? What's that mean? Do I make money off this? Yes, I do. Every month. I make a living doing this. Can you touch on how to use the Vesca pieces? I don't know what that is. Now you have to educate me. I've never heard of that. Do you make money being a dickhead all the time? A Slayer shirt would fit more with what you're going on here. You should wear one of those shirts that people that have struggled with different various mental disabilities. Like, I'm not really a dickhead. I'm just it's all of the way that I have a mental disposition. That's what you should be wearing, right? Because deep down we know you're not a dickhead, right? You're a wonderful human being, but you're being one here. that shows me there's something not helpful in your life that allows you to be a dickhead to other people, right? Usually when people are dickheads, that's all they've experienced, right? Being a dickhead. And when your God is a dickhead, this shit happens, right? You become a dickhead too. Oh my goodness, here. Where are we at here? Let's see here. Appreciate having you here every day. To be hard to enjoy chat without you. Thank you, Luz. And you're talking tonight, Augmented Night. We love you, Augmented Night, as well. Yeah. Let's see. What is this about? Spiritual entertainment. It's quite simple. Quite simple. Why do you claim to be a deacon? I was ordained one. That's why. Once you're ordained in the church, you don't lose that. You're always. I can go back, but I retired. I said to my bishop, I can't walk anymore, so I'm going to retire. Let's see here. Let's see. Listen to your community here. Making money out of a dickhead is called other names. Oh, man. We can sell merchandise for fundamentalists that says God's a jerk. Yeah. Stuff like that, right? That in the future. Yeah, I'm just said sayings. It's like a hot memory of him. What's the beautiful girl behind me? That is Caledwin, my goddess. She's a wonderful goddess, isn't she? Am I a priest? I am the high priest of spiritual entertainment. Let's see here. Scrolling through. I appreciate your messages of God. Well, I'm glad that you find divinity here in my entertainment. Then why continue to something you no longer are? For fun. That's why. I enjoy doing it. Don't you enjoy doing stuff? I mean, being a dickhead, right? You enjoy being a dickhead, right? So you continue to do it. Well, I continue to be a spiritual entertainer. Let's see here. My question to you is, how do you celebrate? I eat more chocolate, eat more candy. Were you inclined not to? Were you considered Eurocentric? We celebrated Albin Arthur, practiced druidry. And I celebrated Christmas as well. I recognize Jesus as a wonderful and powerful reality in our history. Yeah, this is in the Eastern Church, we say Christ is born. Glorify him. Put it on mugs and sweaters, that'll be fun. Oh, let's see. I am spiritual exploration, certainly. An actor, I get it now. But you're not play acting. You're a real dickhead. I might be an actor, but you are the real thing. You are the real thing. Best pastor you've seen in your life. Oh, yeah, I know all of their bullshit, right? Have you read Ars Goetia? No, I have not. I am uneducated. I'm just an entertainer. I'm just a bard making my way through life. I'm not educated. What WTF, this pagan wallpaper? Yeah, it's supposed to keep you people away, you Christians. Yeah, Caledwin, keep them away. The power of Caledwin compels you. Yeah, I have the goddess up there to repel Christian fundamentalists, but unfortunately, it's the opposite. It's like a fishing lure. They're all here to come and bitch about their religion over and over again. Let's see here. Take care, Augmented Night. May Satan show you a good time in hell. You're such a wonderful Christian. You're just continuing to be a dickhead. Everyone sees it here. You don't have to be like that. You could be a good Christian like these other people on here that don't bitch about their religion when they don't get their way. You don't know shit again, Javlat. January 7th in certain Orthodox churches. There's a split in Orthodoxy about the celebration of Christmas, as well as Easter. It's not universal. Some use different calendars. How did I start in Druidry? Well, I met a Druid, a good friend of mine from Scotland, that got me into it. People kept calling me a Druid, and I started, well, I'll start looking it up, because I talk about earth-based spirituality, and so I decided to join. I'm a member of the Order of Bards, Ovites, and Druids. You don't give an F anymore is sometimes the wisest you can do for others and yourself. Yeah. This is a place for all people who have respect and like to discuss religion in an entertaining way. Thank you. Let's talk about Jesus instead. Go ahead. What do you have to say about Jesus? Let's go. Do you have any real substance, or are you just going to copy and paste scriptures, right? Can you tell me about him? What is he doing, right? I'm a pagan pastor. Yeah, why not? I can be a pagan pastor to you. We learn about each other and find the best in each other, trying not to fight of our differences here. Where is your ancient way there, Rondo? This is the most real community you have ever interacted. We are strong. There you have it. You have this wonderful profession. Thank you. Celebrate differences openly, yeah. You don't think he is pagan person. He is just an authentic to his vision and doesn't accept bullshit. Thank you. Yeah, I don't really consider myself a pagan. I'm more of an agnostic. Now, Caledon is certainly in my life. I have more than one deity, but I see it as all connected. Like they do in Wicca, the Gardenians, the Lord and the Lady. I see everything connected to that. You were baptized Serbian Orthodox. Yeah, in Serbian Orthodoxy, certainly January 7th is Christmas. But you are not the only type of Orthodox church out there. There are some that use the Eastern Christians, especially the like Ukrainian Eastern Catholics, Ruthenians, Melkites. These Eastern Christians use different calendars. Caledon is the only goddess. It is written in the mythology. Yep, I heard. Yeah, Caledon. You don't like this Caledon here? Can you use druidic magic? If so, what type of magic have you done? I don't do any magic, no. The magic to me is using my will to make particles appear in the world. That's what I use my will to do. The will is the most powerful tool behind all forms of magic. So I don't practice any magic. No, I don't. The magic of the bard is his inspiration. That is the magic I give to you. You feel the same way? Do I know Jewish or Turkish people? No, I do not. Let's see here. We've evolved past our fairy tales and truth seekers, but we live in the logic, not your land of make-believe. Take that to Mr. Rajas. Yeah, most of you people that are into religion, you make believe. You're not experiencing your divinities. You are all hoping that one day you'll meet them. If you're not meeting them now, it really is a waste of time, right? We have a saying, if we are to meet in native culture, we say we meet at Indian time, or by the white man's timepiece. Native time means whenever I show up, I will show up. White man's time is, it's on the dot, right? You have all of these different way. I like the way that some indigenous people understand time. Like the ancestors are not like in the past; they are here, in their own way. I like how they understand time in that regard. You are telling me things I don't know. That like Greek Romanians use Ukrainians most. You have to understand that in the Eastern traditions, not everyone uses the same calendar. Now, you as a baptized Serbian, I think that is the more appropriate calendar, right? Um, Hello from Pakistan. Good to see you. You enjoy this place. It allows you to relax and to hear others' cultures and belief. Yeah, so I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Uh, I got about 10 minutes left for any last comments or questions, and I will return to you tomorrow. Yeah, like and subscribe. I do this every day. I am on here, and I appreciate people that do that. And also, you can support what I do here by buying me a cup of coffee. There's a join button over there. You can help an entertainer out this season by buying him a coffee. And you can also join our Discord server when you get all these wonderful benefits by being a community member. You get those fancy plaques next to your name and a bunch of emojis and things like Gwendolyn down there has, right? Any last comments or questions here? I got 9 minutes left to continue this conversation. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to be with you. Do I believe there's an imbalance between science and spirituality? No, they are one. We make that balance. Sciences are the fruit of spiritual practice. Science has forgotten that. Science has burnt the bridges that brought it into the world. And it's going to stay in one place until it learns that within the imagination, the sacred, right? That the imagination is where all the goodness in this world begins, in the spiritual dimension. Everything, there's no separating of science from spirituality unless the person does it, right? Let's see here. You did read my comment, right? I did. Yeah. Beautiful church is the Orthodox Eastern. Yeah. That's one of the things that made me an Eastern Christian is the beauty. If you don't have beauty in your religion, you have no substance. It's boring. The beauty is what draws people into your religious traditions. Hail Kedwin. Now, Kedwin here, she was beautiful, right? It draws people in here. They're like, wow, look at that. There's something wonderful here. A lady and her culture. We love you too, Raven's Hand. Thank you. Appreciate you saying that. Hope you have a great day and are blessed by your deity. Yes, thank you. Deity. Appreciate you. I just said that you telling me things as if I don't know them. Well, some of the things you said about the Eastern Church are not right. You are certainly not a practitioner. I was a clergyman in an Eastern Church, so I'm very well acquainted. Just because you're baptized in a tradition doesn't mean you're an expert on it. You know, I had to teach Eastern Christianity to people, so I know it quite well in its diversity. I taught the spirituality of Hesychism. Was one of the things I used to do on this channel when I was a Christian. So I'm quite familiar with its content. And to have someone tell me that I'm wrong, I mean, I think it's inappropriate. Oh, the rabbits. Let's see here. You love visiting beautiful churches with the stained glass and architecture, right? There's nothing like it, right? D's Nuts is here. You know when your stream is good, when D's Nuts have arrived. Good to see you. Always, D's Nuts. Good to have you here. You ever have the Mr. Beast candy bar, the D's Nuts candy bar? Mr. Beast's candy is overhyped. It's not very good. All of my children, they like the Mr. Beast. So when he did his candy bars, we ordered a box. I'm like, this stuff tastes like shit. I mean, it was terrible. At least the one I had. I don't know if some of you tried Mr. Beast's candy bars. It was nothing wonderful. It was like cheap candy to me. Didn't have any real substance to it. Scientists just take these ideas, actually people bring it to life. Yeah. This is the spirit of Jezebel. Oh, yeah, you can make it anything you want it to be, right? Why is a priest in front of a Wiccan imagery? It's not Wiccan. The Wiccans took my Welsh goddess. is Ceridwen. She is the goddess of the Britannic Celtic tradition. She is not Wiccans appreciate her, certainly, but she is the goddess of bards. That's what she is, ultimately. And I am the high priest of entertainment. Therefore, it is most appropriate to have my goddess behind me. Oh, let's see here. Where did I go here? Spirituality is nonsense, only for people like you. And we don't give a shit what you feel about it. All great things start from small beginnings, certainly. Hello, can you please answer my question? It's a bit off topic, like why, if you are not, what do you negative what about the color? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know how to present that. Learning is one thing, to teach brings us deeper to understandings. Certainly. And D's Nuts knows all about it, right? D's Nuts. Good to have D's Nuts in our chat. They see George Lucas makes a lightsaber, scientists make a real ray gun. There you have it. Everything that you know in science began in the spiritual dimension. Everything. You couldn't get circumcised because you had the Claritin Circle cheese. What does that mean? Oh, you are perfect. Oh my goodness. Surely know that I am. I am not completely stupid. Okay, good for you. Well, maybe I misunderstood your presentation, Vlad. Yeah, I have a son named Vlad, by the way. We were Slavic Eastern Christians of the Ruthenian tradition. So half of my children are all Slavic named. See, unusual scenery here, the goddess. And me, yeah. It is for some people, yeah. Oh, good to see you, Salmon. Good to see you. Where are we at here? In Hail Santa. In Norse, you are a Norse pagan from Norway. Yeah, we have a wonderful Norse pagan community here. Glad that you're here. A lot of Norse pagans are here as well. All our friends here are welcome. Right, instead of proving it. I proved that you're a dickhead. Yes, I proved it. We don't give a shit about your atheist fundamentalism that you're always bitching about here. These people that are atheist fundamentalists, they go to religious channels and bitch. Not interested in proving anything to you. I don't give a shit what you believe in. Why can't you be secure in your atheism? Why do you need to whine about it? You don't see Richard Dawkins going on people's YouTube channels and bitching and whining, do you? He doesn't give a shit what people believe in. Let's see here. You need to take some wisdom from our good friend D's Nuts on here. There you go, as his name implies. Oh, my word here. Am I a pagan? I'm a monotheist. Ceridwen only. Ceridwen only for me. Only one goddess, that's it. That's all I need. Let's see here. 2 minutes left to be with you. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go here for your spirit. Like and subscribe. Join us on Discord. Come to Discord. There's a join button over there. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can be with pagans and monotheists and atheists all together in one happy family. We even have Satanists, believe it or not, all together, all corralled together, having a good Christians. Have you ever seen a place where a Christian and a Satanist can hang out together? That's my Discord channel. It is a place for diversity, if you enjoy that. Most Christians bitch about the things instead of doing them. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, glad to have you here, Wolfie. Those who are uncomfortable or solid in their beliefs, they tend to fight against, because they're whiny bitches. All of these fundamentalists, you're all the same. Doesn't matter if you don't believe in a deity or not. You are all the same. It is always wanting to whine and bitch all the time. You have no good to the world. Yeah, you're an insult. You fundamentalist atheists that come on here and bitch. There are good atheist people in my audience here that you're insulting by your childish behavior. You going always having to prove that God is not real. No one gives a shit here. We really don't. Don't blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Screw your spirit. Screw. I'm not afraid of you or your evil God. Screw your spirit. Let's see here. Yeah, the Thalmor, damn it. Talos is God here. We don't want your Thalmor ass here in our audience. Keradwin 3:16. I am the way, the truth, and the cauldron. No one comes to the Owen but by me. Thank you for reminding us, brother. Let's see here. Where are we at here? It was great seeing you again. You too, my friend. I appreciate acknowledging Christians too. Yeah, I like Christians as long as they're not being dicks. I'm still kind of a Christian. I don't have a problem with Christ, even though I have branched out in my exploration. You can't leave the good things behind, and I take them with me. But some of these people on Jean-Luc Picard, good to see you. Some of these people get on here are real assholes, always whining and bitching about their religion. Sinning against the spirit is dangerous. Screw your spirit. Any God that makes a danger for me for being a finite human being, I reject you. I reject your evil spirit. The God who creates unforgivable sins for finite human beings, screw your God. I'm not afraid. Not afraid. My God, the All-Father, is loving, good, and true, will stand by your side, will never abandon you, never forsake you. Yours, not so much. And with that, it is time for me to depart. I will return to you tomorrow morning for your spiritual entertainment privilege around 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Glad to be able to celebrate this time with you. Keradwin loves you.